welcome back to another episode of our series where we add an NHL All-Star every year until we can win the Stanley Cup. We've done this with a couple of teams now, the Ottawa Senators, the Anaheim Ducks, the Buffalo Sabres, the Seattle Kraken, but next up on the list, we have a team who's pretty interesting here. The Detroit Red Wings, definitely on the right path, and honestly, not as bad as many people say. You know, I think they're actually a pretty damn good team. I don't know if they're contenders for the playoffs yet, but definitely in the next 1 to 2 years, these guys are going to be absolute dynamite. So in the offseason, the Detroit Red Wings, they added Ben Sherratt, defenseman from the Montreal Canadiens, Andrew Kopp, Ville Husso, Dominic Kubalik, David Perro, and Ole Mata. I mean, those are all starting caliber NHLers who have proven themselves and are pretty damn good. Husso is probably the least proven, I would say, maybe even Kubalik. But David Perron is an absolute superstar to add onto this roster. Older veteran presence. Andrew Kopp, a really good depth second, third line forward. So, I mean, to be honest, like, those are huge improvements. And they also get Jakob Verana back. I know he's had a lot of injuries ever since coming over to from the Washington Capitals, but he is now a full-time member of the Detroit Red Wings coming back from injury, so that's huge. And the key part of this is they've only lost 3 players in the offseason. Thomas Greiss, goaltender, another goaltender in Calvin Pickard, and then defenseman Mark Stahl. So looking at this squad here, I honestly think we can probably get this done within 3 years. Like, that's the goal. 3 years, it all depends on the spinner, of course. You know, sometimes that spinner gets us Buffalo, Montreal, and then if we do that, then we're in trouble. But let's take a look at this roster, and as mentioned earlier, Jakob Verana coming back. He has not played a full season for the Detroit Red Wings yet. Only's played 11 games so far, but in those 11 games, 8 goals, which is pretty insane. He's on a really good Washington Capitals team, and he's slowly turning into his own player. Hopefully injuries don't set him back too much, but I'm a big Verana fan. Seeing him in Washington, it was a thing of beauty. In the middle, their best player and a severely underrated player on their squad, Dylan Larkin, the captain of the gang, the captain of the Detroit Red Wings, coming off a really good year last year. And then their young gun, Lucas Raymond, playing on that right wing, 85 overall. Honestly, I'd say Larkin's an 88 at least. On that second line, we got Tyler Bertuzzi, 85, Robbie Fabry playing in the middle, another young guy, kind of never really became anything crazy, but is a good NHLer. And then, of course, one of their first pickups in the offseason, Andrew Kopp, coming over at 85 overall. So not too bad there. Originally on Winnipeg. I think he also, I can't remember who he played on in the middle of last season towards the end, but he was on Winnipeg event. And once upon a time, on that left wing, in the third line, we got Dominic Kubalik coming from the Chicago Blackhawks. Yeah, he had one really good year for the Blackhawks where he had 38 points, 56 games. I mean, kind of came out of nowhere. A 30-goal season before that. Playing with Patrick Kane was definitely beneficial for him. P.S. Suter, another guy coming from Chicago at one point in time, playing that third line. And then David Perron. Honestly, David Perron most likely will come on to... Where do I want to put David Perron? I think I'm going to put him where Tyler Bertuzzi is. I think we want to get him up the lineup a little bit here. And honestly, I might even put him where Verana is. Yeah, I'm going to put him where Verana is and maybe go like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So Bertuzzi will play third line, but we do have David Perron on the team. Probably the biggest addition they had in the offseason on the forward core. Pia Suter and then Tyler Bertuzzi. And then fourth line, Giovanni Smith, Joe Veleno, and Oscar Sundquist. Joe Veleno is a pretty good player. Really good in the World Junior, so we'll see how he plays for the Detroit Red Wings. Defensively, Ole Mata on the first line, a pickup from the Los Angeles Kings, former Pittsburgh Penguin as well. Matthias Seider. This guy's an absolute beauty. I love this guy, 6'4", 196. And once he gets a little bit heavier, he's going to be one of the best defensemen in the NHL. I mean, he probably already is. They got Wallman, who I believe was a pickup, Hronik, Ben Sherratt, another pickup from the Montreal Canadiens, and then Mark Pysyk. So how can we do this? I think we want to have Hronik on that first line with Matthias Seider, or Mortiz Seider, my apologies. And then goaltenders wise, Ville Husso, and then Nedeljkovic. So honestly, Husso 86 overall, like pretty damn good. Like this team is solid. I did not expect them to have this high of overalls, but I'll definitely take it. So I'm predicting 3 years here. I'm predicting 3 years, but just remember, in this, every year we reset back to year one. So if we don't win the Stanley Cup after this year, we pick up a player and we restart back to year number one with that player. So if we lose in the Stanley Cup playoffs, or if we make it there and we lose in the first round, we spin it, we get the Ottawa Senators, then we pick up someone like Alex DeBrincat, and then we restart in year number one. So those are the rules of this. No free agency, no trades. Let's simulate to the regular season and slow sim game number one. The Detroit Red Wings probably going to be playing the Buffalo Sabres, someone in the division. In the first game of this season, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's slow sim it. See what happens here. First period, 0-0 shots, 13-6. Second period, we get 2 by them. We got David Perro and Tyler Bertuzzi. Third period, and we choke. Corey Perry scores the game winner on Nedeljkovic. I don't know why Husso wasn't playing, but I will see you guys at the end of year number one, and let's see if the Detroit Red Wings can make the Stanley Cup playoffs. With year one coming to an end, the Detroit Red Wings do make the Stanley Cup playoffs, but we fall to the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7 games. So not a bad year one start. 46, 31, and 5. Dylan Larkin leads the way with 70 points. So it looks like a team effort for sure. Seider with 69 almost leads our team in points. 91 overall now. Lucas Raymond, 64 points. Verana, 62. David Perro, 61. Kopp, 61. Bertuzzi, 60. Suter, 54. Kubalik, 51. Just everyone kind of chipping in to help the team get victories. And in nets, it looks like Husso had a pretty good year. 38, 24, and 4. 904 save percentage, 301. And then leading the NHL in scoring was, I'm going to take a guess by saying, let's go Johnny Gaudreau. Austin Matthews, I could have guessed that. But Johnny Gaudreau, 6th place, or top 5, sorry. So not bad. So Austin Matthews leads the way with 70 damn goals, which is insane. Chris Kreider with a 50-goal season once again. Eriksson Ek almost gets the 50-goal season. But year number one is a failure. So let's move to the spinner and see who we're going to get. All right. At the spinner, we got all the squads in here. Gonna spin the wheel. The first team that we'll be adding a superstar from is the New Jersey Devils. Never got these guys before, so should be interesting. Picking from New Jersey, it was tough. I could have went Jack Hughes. I could have went Jesper Bratt, but I felt like a defenseman might be the best play here. And Dougie Hamilton is a superstar X Factor, 86 overall. So I'm going to take my chances and welcome Dougie Hamilton to the team to be playing with Mo Seider. So that's going to, it's going to make that top tier defenseman pretty good. Pretty damn good with an 86 and an 88 overall now. And on the first line, let's make some changes again. Verana played really good. Kopp played good. You know what? I'm going to move Kopp down. Just kind of messing around with the lines a little bit, Let's go. Do we want to bring David Perro up? No, can't do that. Can't do that. Fabry up. I could technically bring Fabry up, but I'm going to keep Lucas Raymond on that first line. But I could move Verana and give a +1 there. And then I'll have a pretty strong second line here. Can any of these guys take faceoffs? 65, 65, 65. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave Fabry on that second line. But welcome to the team from the New Jersey Devils, Mr. Dougie Hamilton. Hopefully can help with our defensive play there and lead our team past the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs here. Let's get year number 2 underway, where we have Tampa Bay once again in game number 1 here. Last time we lost 3-2 in the shootout, or 4-3 in the shootout? No, 3-2 in regulation. We gave up a goal to Corey Perry. So game 1 this year, 1-1. David Perro scores. Patty Maroon gets one. Husso starting this time instead of Nedeljkovic. Second period, huge second period for us. David Perro scores his second of the game. Larkin, Bertuzzi, and Kopp. Third period, we are able to hold on to the lead this time as we take a 6-3 W as we double up on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Bertuzzi, Verana, and Perro all 2 points apiece. Let's get year number 2. Let's get year number 2 finished. I was going to say onto the way. Yeah, I mean, whatever it is. Maybe Dougie Hamilton was not the correct move, as in year 2, the Detroit Red Wings do not make the Stanley Cup playoffs as the Columbus Blue Jackets go on to win the Stanley Cup. We go 39, 31, and 12. Tyler Bertuzzi leads our team in scoring, 73 points. I mean, Dougie Hamilton plus 170 points, did better than Seider. So, I mean, our defensemen were pretty damn good. But just again, we just don't have that bona fide man who's just going to light it up and score some goals. So hopefully we can get that on the spinner. So you know what that means? Off to the spinner we go. Back at the spinner here. Last time got the New Jersey Devils. This time, give us a superstar. We get from... No. Why do they do this to me? Why do they do this to me? It's every time we get these damn Buffalo Sabres. Rasmus Dahlin. Maybe I should have went Jack Hughes. Now I can get Rasmus Dahlin. I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one here. The Buffalo Sabres really had nothing to offer. Their highest overall was Alex Tuch at 85 overall. I decided to go with Tage Thompson strictly because he's a sniper. And if I can get him on this first line and see, and maybe instead of Verana, sure. Verana's also a sniper, I believe. Yeah, he is a sniper. His shooting's really good. I'm kind of torn here. I'm going to keep Verana on that first line. I'll keep Tage Thompson on that second line. I'm going to bring Perro up here. Anything else I can do to this team? Don't really want to... I kind of want to get better morale here, but it looks like I'm kind of stuck here. If I go like that, actually, I can have Verana put the second line, have two snipers. Bertuzzi's not a playmaker, though. David Perro is also a two-way forward with really good defensive awareness. Oh, my God, 94. But, yeah, the Buffalo Sabres did not have the highest overall players. So Tage Thompson hopefully can be something for us. Once again, I'm going to put Dougie Hamilton and Mo Seider together. We'll go... Oh, we can get pretty good morale if we do something like that. So I like that. Yeah, let's do that. That's a good way to get some morale up there. So let's get into the third year, which if you remember in the beginning of the video, I predicted this would be the year that we win the Stanley Cup. So coming off a year where we don't make the Stanley Cup playoffs, we got to turn it around, especially when we got the Buffalo Sabres here. First period, 2-0, Dougie Hamilton and Giovanni Smith. Second period, Victor Hedman. Third period, and we blow a huge lead. I mean, with 5 minutes left, we let in 3 goals. But we got a goal from Tage Thompson at least. Overtime, Dougie Hamilton. There we go. We win the game. All stress is relieved. Dougie Hamilton, 2 goals. Tage Thompson, 1 goal. So 3 out of our 5 goals there are from pickups. So love to see that. So year number 3, time to simulate. Hopefully we can make it back to Stanley Cup playoffs and win the Stanley Cup just so I'm right. Tage Thompson's the hero. Tage Thompson is the hero in year number 3. Just remember, I perfectly predicted this, and I will show the simulation of the entire playoffs after this outro of the video so you can see I didn't mess with anything. But the Detroit Red Wings are Stanley Cup champions. We take down, wow, Game 7. Game 7, overtime winner, every kid's dream. That's insane. Mo Seider, 29 points in 24 games? What the heck? Stanley Cup champions, the Detroit Red Wings. We go 51, 27, and 4. Our leading scorer is Jakub Verana with only 68 points, a complete team effort in the playoffs. You saw it. Mo Seider, 29 points. Verana, 28 points, 19 goals. There's 1 game-winning goal. I wish I could know who scored the overtime winner, but it could have been Seider. Probably Verana. 3 GWGs for Dylan Larkin. 2 for Andrew Kopp. 1 for Bertuzzi. 1 for Tage Thompson. It's one of these guys that are the hero. Maybe Sundqvist. Maybe, just maybe Sundqvist. Actually, David Perro played really bad in the playoffs, but everyone else held their own. And Mo Seider, I mean, this guy's a beast. This guy's a beast. Let's go take a look at the awards quickly. Stanley Cup champions. Any awards for the Detroit Red Wings? There it is. Conn Smythe goes to Mo Seider. The Vezina goes to Husso, so probably a big reason on why we made it. The William M. Jennings goes to Husso. Anyone else here? And that seems like it's it. But let's go take a look at these player stats. So Jakub Verana, 68 points. Dylan Larkin, 68. Dougie Hamilton, 66. Lucas Raymond. David Perro, Mo Seider, Tyler Bertuzzi. I might have been calling him Todd Bertuzzi. I hope not. It's definitely Tyler Bertuzzi. Tage Thompson, the game changer for us. Let's go take a look here at the goaltenders. What? 40 and 22, 8 shutouts, 920 save percentage, 2.55 goals against average, up to an 89 overall. Also adds an assist because why not, right? But leading the league in scoring in the year where the Detroit Red Wings are Stanley Cup champions was, let's go all skaters, Steven Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, Aho, McDavid, and Patty Kane. But wow. I was not expecting to win in year 3, if I'm being honest, especially after year 2. But that is going to do it for the Detroit Red Wings Cup or flop here. Just keep adding it. So Detroit, in 3 years, all you need is Tage Thompson and Dougie Hamilton, and you guys are going to be Stanley Cup champions before you even know it. Mo Seider is going to grow into an absolute stud, even though he already is. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and as always, if you got it, actually, you know what? If you got a team, who do we want to do next? We got to do another team next. Have we done the New Jersey Devils? I don't think we have. Maybe we have, though. Let me know what team you want to see me do next in the comments below. NHL 23 is coming out soon, so let's get pumped for that. But I'll catch you guys in the next video, and as always, have a fantastic day, have a fantastic week, have a fantastic weekend. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.